What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze, and today we are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully you guys are having a very good day today. And today we are going to attempt maybe the impossible, but today we are going to take the new category, the story figures, led by the Lr TAPIon And Minotia, against one of the hardest content on global as of right now, which is the legendary GT Goku event. Now, I was actually pretty shocked that I was actually able to get this done here. Story figures, actually, you know what, after taking into every difficult content as of right now in the game of Dokkan, the category is actually pretty good, because there's actually some categories you're not even able to do the legendary GT Goku event. And the reason why is because Lr TAPIon And Minotia are able to carry the team here. Because as you guys know, they are also a support type unit, which actually makes them a very great floater here, which I feel like a lot of people did miss the mark here, is that you don't have to keep Lr TAPIon And Minotia on rotation. I mean, they're a very good floater here because they are supporting both the siblings bond and also the story figure category here. Now, the thing is that they have a very good active skill here, and really, like, I was actually having some trouble making the team here because I wasn't sure if this team build would work, because again, we are filled with basically just extreme class units here. And we just have Lr Minotia and Tapion because they are support type unit for these story figures here. Now, despite only being a 20% attack and defense, when it comes to support, it's still actually pretty good here. I mean, as far as their 18 key super, it's not that easy to get, but I mean, still, I feel like their 18 key super is not really what you want to have. Because they do much more on the 12 key super, right? Because they are helping out the entire rotation with their 12 key super instead of their 18 key super, in my opinion. But again, in this event here, unfortunately, you're not able to lower the attack of Goku. But I mean, in Super Battle, they are fantastic as a unit for their 12 key super. Now, again, the category, I mean, we actually do everything that's very difficult when it comes to content on the game of Dokkan. So again, this category is only going to be getting better with time and time. Because I mean, we still have a bunch of characters with their EZAs. Like, we have the Bardox, the Super Saiyan 1 and 2 Bardock definitely are going to get an EZA for sure. We're for sure going to be getting an LR Kid Buu at some point, right? Which he will make the category much better here. And then we're also going to get a Demon King Piccolo, right? And also probably could get Moro. So again, these story figures in time will be a very good category, in my opinion, just because there's so much potential, right, compared to other categories, right? So I know, just have to see here, but as you can see here, the team build is actually pretty simple. We want here the Majin Boos together, and then we also want here the Bojacks together because they link up pretty well. And then having key shouldn't be an issue because again, they are getting that key +2. Everyone on this team here is not even rainbow, but they are pretty much leveling almost to the max. But again, it just shows you how good, you know, the category could be here, because again, the legendary GT Goku event, I would say, is not a very easy event here, because it could get very tricky, because again, they do lower your defense, and when they do super attack, it does hit very hard here. Now, our weakest point, or our weakest unit here, is actually going to be the Tech Fat or Buff Buu here. He's still very good, but I mean, he could get clipped here in the later runs here, because his defense isn't as good. But I mean, he's still a very solid character here. So, and this rotation is actually really good for Bojack, because he is getting 40%. Now, they only share Fierce Battle. I will say, when it comes to story figures, they're definitely going to be something much better with, of course, with more super class units here, because they have more links in common compared to extreme type, right? Because right now, they only have here is Fierce Battle with Bojack. But you can see the defense is pretty good. We're almost at 200k defense. Again, we are getting that double support because they are part of the both siblings bond and also the story figure category, right? So again, as of right now, they're okay. I would definitely say they're, you know, as you guys follow me on Twitter and everything, I would definitely say they are better than Super 17, for sure, because they do much more than LR Super 17. As of right now, Super 17, the GT boss is just a very dead category. But story figures, like, listen, like, this is a legit team build. I mean, it's not very difficult to make. A lot of these units are pretty much old. I think the only newest character here is probably going to be the STR Bojack and Lr TAPIon And Minotia. But other than that, this is a very, like, you know, pretty solid team build here. I mean, we could also even take it against the Extreme Super Battle, but it would be a super class. But I mean, we could still get the job done here. We take almost like no damage from that super attack here. So again, really, story figures is a very good category. Now, I do want to mention that in some points here, I will cut the video for the gameplay, just because the gameplay is just way too long, in my opinion. because the stage that we actually struggle the most is actually not even the last stage. It's actually going to be the end stage for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's the stage where we actually kind of struggle because of the Majin Boos, but everything else was actually pretty simple here. Now while I was making this team here, I was debating if I should maybe bring like Pycon and also the easy AJL Tapion. I was gonna do that, but the only problem is that I was missing one unit to fill the gap here, and I couldn't bring Tora because Tora would get us killed here. So really, the extreme type version actually did work out first try. I was actually pretty shocked, and this was actually a very smooth run because again, everyone is linking up very, very well, and Tapion being a support type unit is actually working in our favor here because again, he does get that damage reduction as well after he super attacks, so it does make him as a great floater. Again, that damage reduction is actually not bad because if you actually think about it, it's just the same thing as a super attack where, you know, after they super attack, they raise their attack and defense for 1 turn, for example. This is the exact same thing, except that they get damage reduction, which is pretty good in my opinion because you can have multiple damage reduction if you actually get off multiple super attacks, right? But again, both Tapions on this team build are both 55%, so the fact that we can actually do this here with a double 55% Lr Tapion Minotia, that just shows you how good the category could be in the future. Again, this Super Boo, this Skinny Boo, once he turns to Super Boo, he is just a fantastic unit. He actually becomes one of my favorite units in the game, just because he's just so ridiculous with that damage reduction here. Now, fortunately, there's a multiple attacks in the front, so I do have to break my rotation. Because right now, the Super Boo is not yet good defensively because he is going to raise his defense after he super attacks, and then after that, he'll be good here. So I put Lr Tapion Minotia in the front here. We also have type advantage as well. And also it will be good is to see if we actually take a super attack, how much damage do we take here. Again, right now all we have here is going to be here Fierce Battle activated, nothing else. And they're at 137, 140k defense, which actually is still pretty good considering that they only have here 1 link activated and they're only supporting themselves. So really, again, Lr Tapion and Minotia are really, really good. This Goku hits very, very hard, and we take 110k with our defense being lowered. But I mean, still pretty good here, right? So, again, they can really carry a team here. And this is why I feel like they probably might be top 10 LRs in the game that recently came out. Just because they're just very versatile. But I will say that they are limited, right? I can definitely say that they are limited. But, I mean, later on in the future, they will be much, much better for sure. Or the category in a sense here anyway. So there goes Skinny Boo. Again, Skinny Boo is getting all his links activated. Well, most of his links here. But again, he is getting that Ki plus 2 and also attack and defense plus 20%, right? So again, it helps out characters take double figures because at a certain point where your defense is actually at a certain level, that extra 20% can actually make you go into that level where you actually take double figures in the event here, right? So again, we actually got pretty lucky here. Our defense is looking pretty good here. I did bring Kid Boo here. Now, Kid Boo is actually a support type unit. He's actually pretty good here, I would say. He's actually very, very consistent. Because again, he is providing that Ki plus 1. I wish he did also provide more than just Ki, but you know what, I will take the Ki because definitely, like, these characters can definitely use it here. So Bojack having him transform, you know, we're taking 33k, which is fine. It's pretty normal, right? But again, SCR Bojack, I would say, is pretty good. I wish he was fully rainbow because it would make the event go much faster, but I mean, he's still very, very good because we actually got the job done here. Alright, then here comes Bojack. Again, you can see here that the attack size is not very high, but the moment that we do have Lr Tapion and Minotia, their attack size is actually going to be very, very impressive here. So we have here 3.1, right, with the additional super, which is very, very good. Alright, and you can see here we are actually going through the event actually very, very quickly here, right? So there goes Kid Boo as well. Kid Boo is also going to be our healer as well because he does heal up 12% of HP after he super attacks. So that's really, really strong and very, very powerful, right? So it's also one of the reasons why we're able to get the run done here. Alright, so there we go. Now we have this turn here. Now this turn is very good for actually everyone in this rotation here. Unfortunately, we actually do get the 18 Ki super, which is actually very, very good. So again, Ki is really not an issue. These guys are very, you know, they are pretty good when it comes to being consistent. Now, fortunately, you can see our defense is only 94k for the friend here, and the reason why is because Goku last turn, the Super Saiyan 3, did actually lower our defense. So again, you can see the big impacts of our defense being lowered. But again, these guys are going to be fine because they are to get that 13% damage reduction, which you will see later on here. So we actually do get a Dokkan attack with an 18 Ki super. Now 2.5 is actually not very good. I will say that it's actually very, very bad for an 18 Ki super. but do keep in mind they only have Fierce Battle activate, so that is, you know, I would say acceptable, considering that they really only have Fierce Battle activate. So now we do actually get the damage reduction here again, because we actually got the additional 18 key super. And by the way, I have no, I have no equipment onto them, so you can see here we are taking double figures against the giant ape here, Ozaru, which again does hit very, very hard. This is going to be type neutral. Alright, so there we go, 2.7. Again, do we actually get additional super with the friend here at 55%? Let's just see how much damage. Let's see here. We actually do, so there you go. Again, a medium chance is still very, very good. I mean, you could actually activate here. So now they have 26% damage reduction, with their defense being at 94k. But now we only take 258k of damage from a super attack with no items. To me, that's a very big W. And this shows you how good these characters are defensively, because again, their defense was lowered because of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and also they have like no links activate as well. So again, that super attack, getting that extra damage reduction after each super attack is very, very good. Here right now we are going to speed up the gameplay here, just because you know, we really want to see here Lr Minotia and also Tapion here. Now we actually get very lucky with Kid Buu that there's no attacks in the front, so we are able to capitalize with not taking too much damage here, because of course the tech Buu here is actually going to be very good defensively, and also Lr Tapion Minotia, we have no worries whatsoever when it comes to attacks or like super attacks. Like, they will tank very, very well here. Alright, so there we go. So I am pretty worried here, but our defense is actually very, very high. It is because we do have an Android 8 activated, but also again Lr Tapion and Minotia are supporting the entire rotation, which again is very, very good here. So there we go. All right, now we have here the in phase. Now this one actually took the longest, which actually was pretty shocking. As you can see, we have here double tech units here, so this is why it took quite forever. I do go over, I believe, 3 turns, because we do want to see here Lr Tapion and Minotia in action. But after that, I will cut here to the full power tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? So, I mean, again, the story figure category is a very good category. It has a lot of potential. And again, we could probably even see here maybe some Dragon Ball Hero units here on this event here, right? Or on this category, sorry. As you can see here, we do take a super attack. We take double figures because, again, this Buu right here, he's just very disgusting. He's just very, very good. And really, I have nothing negative to say about the category, except that right now it's still in the works. But yeah, let me know your team build. Let me know what characters you guys think is going to be part of the category later on in the future. I mean, again, I'm actually going to be pretty curious how well Lr Kid Buu is going to turn out, because we are for sure going to get an Lr Kid Buu. Like, it's almost impossible that we don't get it. More would be very good here as well. So, I mean, again, the fact that Lr Tapion and Minotia can carry a team into this event here, or this category, really shows you how good they really are. Alright, so here we are in action. We have your attacks are going to be kind of spread out. We're for sure going to give Bojack all these orbs here, because, again, he does deserve it. And I'm not going to use the active skill here, because I will save it for the last phase, because that's the most difficult phase, or the second most difficult one, if you want to call it that way. But yeah, you don't always have to get their 18 key super, because again, their real advantage is that they are able to lower attack and also get damage reduction at the same time. So that would make the character much, much powerful, or much better in my opinion, right? So again, we have Bojack here, 4.97. Again, the attack stat is much higher, because again, we did get I believe 8 orbs, so he has his full passive activated. But again, we also have the passive here, so pretty good here. We do get supered. Again, we do have 200k of defense. Alright, and then we take only 78k, but we also do have here a Whis activate, which I did forget here. So again, there we go, 1.2. Again, the attack stat is not really the greatest, but I mean, again, it just shows you how versatile you can be. You can actually make him a very good attacking unit, or you can make him a very good floater here as well, so while also supporting the entire rotation. Alright, so now we have this good turn here. We have some rainbow orbs, so again, we could probably crit. Again, this was probably pretty scary here, because Kid Buu could get clapped up if we get super, but I mean, we are going to heal up here as well. We actually get very lucky that all the orbs did come out pretty nice for Lr Tapion and Minotia. And you can see we are taking 24k, because we have to super attack to raise our defense. Alright, so there we go. And then beautiful damage. Very, very nice. And then we have here Kid Buu 3.8. Again, that's pretty good here, considering that he only has 20% support here. Alright. Very, very nice. And I believe this is where I'm going to cut off the video, and then we go into the Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Alright, we are taking some damage here, which is actually pretty shocking. Do we actually get supered here? I wonder if we actually do get supered. Let's see, let's see. No, we don't get super. Okay, that's unfortunate. But we are taking, you know, a little bit of damage here. But again, that's because we don't have much support on that rotation. Alright, so now we go to the clip where we actually beat Goku. Or actually the first stage here. And now this is where they become very, very broken, right? So their active skill is actually very, very nice, right? So I'm for sure going to put Bojack in the front because we have type advantage. We're also going to be getting the Dokkan attack, but I'm also going to be using here the active skill. Now this active skill, you can actually kind of have a like small mini loop because it is good for 2 turns. So if you have Lr Tapion and Minotia on each turn, you can actually have your active skills good for 4 turns, which is actually very, very good, right? Because not only does it give you support, but it actually also does kind of nullify your I guess your disability, if you want to call it. Because let's say, for example, our defense is lowered, they take that away, which is actually really, really nice here, right? Or if let's say your attack is lowered as well, they will also take that away with their active skill. So that's actually pretty nice here. Now this is where they become very, very OP with their active skill. So now we have Bojack here, right? So Bojack is gonna hit pretty hard. We have most of his links activated, and we have support. So right now, Lr Tapion and Minotia are providing 40% of support on this turn only. But next turn, once we do use the active skill again, we are getting 60%, which is really, really good, right? So again, really, these guys are pretty good here. So we actually get very lucky that we do have the dual contact. But again, with their active skill, we actually go through this very, very quickly. So Bojack does connect. We get 4.9, very good damage here. And of course here 4.1 for the STR Bojack. So again, I'm actually quite impressed. The story figures, you know, you can take them into Extreme Super Bad Road. You can take them into the legendary GT Goku event. You can take them anywhere and they will get the job done here. So far this category has a huge potential. Beautiful crit, by the way, from the STR Bojack. I can see we are taking double figures, but we also do have an Android 8 activated. I decided to skip the first turn because there's no Lr Tapion or Minotia. It was just the Majin Buus. Alright, so there we go. Very, very nice. And now we have here, again, another active skill. So this is the part I was talking about. Now everyone on this turn is going to be defensively fine, especially with the Android 8 activated. So there we go, another active skill. And then we're going to take care of business. And yeah, so really, I think overall, I really enjoy this character. I like the design. I mean, just right now, they are just a little bit limited, but I mean, it is acceptable because they have one of the most broken rotations in Dokkan, where you do have the EZA AGL Tapion and the Lr Tapion Minotia. That's just a very busted rotation in Dokkan for sure. Alright, so there we go. Our defense is over 200k for everyone. Again, very, very good. I probably should look at the defense before and after, but I want to get the run done because I've been playing this for, I believe, 26 minutes. Right now, with all the edits, it's probably maybe be like 20 minutes because I did skip some gameplay and all that stuff. But I mean, you know, it's still really, really good here. Again, no one's really struggling for a key. And then look at the attack stat, by the way, right? So we have your 4.8, basically 5 million attack stat for the Buu here, who's only, by the way, 69%, right? So that's really, really good. And then we have here the Kid Buu EZA at 5 million as well. Really, again, really strong stuff here. And that's just the power of the active skill. Pretty strong here. Alright, so we got a beautiful kid, 3.6. Alright, and how much damage do you guys do here? 3.5. That's actually not bad, considering that they're only 55%, right? So there we go. Do we have additional super? No, we don't. That's fine. Alright, but again, we still have the active skill activate, so we still have the support this turn. And basically, if we connect with both Bojacks, it's pretty much GG here. So you can see here, we're not struggling with the key as well because we are able to get an easy 18 key super with the Bojack right here for the LR version. Alright, again, we have no more items, by the way, because the Android 8 was our last item. So as long as everyone connects here, we should get the job done because he only has 2 health bars left. So you can see here, we actually beat Goku, which has like the most HP in 3 turns, which again is very, very impressive. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and give all this here to you. And I'm praying and hoping that he does not dodge, because so far we've been getting pretty lucky without dodging. And then here comes, again, Bojack 4.2. Alright, which is very, very nice. And we actually do connect, so that's very, very good. Do we get a crit? Oh, we actually do get a crit, and we get the additional super. So there we go. That is a run, my boys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit like button, sub for more videos, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think again for the story figure category. Do you see it being very good later in the future? Do you not? And hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!